Hey folks, I posted a video on the sorted function in Python, but this challenge is a bit of a beast compared to that one. So if you're a new viewer to my channel, welcome. And if you're returning, welcome back. In this one, I'll show you how to think about this problem rather than really giving you the solution. This is my motto for this channel anyways. This is for me to help you think and solve a problem rather than getting the solution, because you can easily do that in ChatGPT, can't you? So let's see what the task is here. Like always, I've got my Jupyter Lab on the right hand side. This helps me to teach you how to solve the problem. And I've got the problem definition from HackerRank on the left hand side. This problem is called ginortS, which is a different way of writing sorting. It's a medium level, so it's a bit of a beast as itself. I will click on that one and let's solve this challenge. Let me extend this window. You are given a string S, so the user will give us a string. S contains alphanumeric characters only. So alphanumeric means letters in uppercase and lowercase, and numbers. Your task is to sort the string S in the following manner. So this is what we will think about and then do the sorting. All sorted lowercase letters are ahead of uppercase letters. It means that after the sort, you should have lowercase and then uppercase. So that's number one. All sorted uppercase letters are ahead of digits. So if anything is uppercase, that comes first, then numbers. But it's not all of it, there is more. All sorted odd digits are ahead of sorted even digits. So if I want to write it in words, I will have lowercase plus uppercase plus odd numbers plus even numbers. This is the fundamental of such sorting algorithm I will be writing. So let's make that a comment. I will be using the sorted function from the built-in functions of Python, but the input format will be one single line of input. There are some constraints, and the output should be the sorted string based on those conditions. For example, if the user gives me sorting 1, 2, 3, 4, I should first see ginort, which is the small letters but sorted based on the alphabetical order. Then I will see the capital S, which is uppercase. Then I will see 1 and 3 because they are odd numbers. Also, I will not see 3 and 1. I will see 1 and 3 from smaller to larger. Then I will see 2 and 4. So this is a bit of a complicated story, but let me make it easy for you because that's my job here on YouTube for you. I'll make this window smaller and I'll extend my Jupyter Lab. First things first, let's accept the user input. What I will do, I'll say user input will come through an input function. If you haven't seen my video on the input function, the link is up the top right. But for housekeeping, I will also make sure I strip this input from any unwanted spaces. So let's run that, and I will give it sorting 1, 2, 3, 4, exactly replicating what HackerRank has done. That's done. I've taken the user input. Now, my job is to perform the sorting based on those conditions. One way for me to think about this is, what if I start from here and make sure I send everything that is an even number to the end of the line? Then I do look at these ones and move them to the end of the line, but just before the even numbers, and do the same. So maybe I will have some final resolution like this, which will be a mix of something, 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 and some other thing. Each of these things will be sorted inside themselves as well. So for this, I can easily understand that I can use the join function. What the join function does, it takes multiple different things that you perform some stuff on them and joins them together. I will show you a very quick example for the join function. All you need to do is have a single quotation opening and closing, dot join a list of two things that you want to join. So if I do this, you will see that the join will be ABA213. I know that I haven't done the sorting. I just wanted to show you how the join function works. So now that I know I can use the join function, I will need to again go back to what I was proposing. Do this, do that, and do the last one. So I will have 4 different things done based on these ones, and I will join them using here. I will not run that code because it is not going to run. It's not a Python code. I will just keep it as a comment. Now for me to be able to go back to the rationale, maybe if I find the even numbers first and send them to the end, then the odd numbers and so forth, maybe that could work. What I will need to do is to use the sorted function. So if I use the sorted function and apply that to user input, let's see what happens. It has given me 1, 2, 3, 4, SGINORT. This is not quite what I wanted. I wanted to sort based on the rationale that I just talked about. What I can then do is to use the key argument in this function. The key argument allows me to define multiple different ways of sorting. So if I show you an example, I will be using lambda and I'll be applying lambda on x, but each part of that has a different condition. Let me just run and enter here. I have multiple conditions, right? Condition number 1, which I talked to you about, is finding even numbers and sending it to the end. Condition number 1 will be checking if x is a digit. So if you have never used this function, let me quickly show you. I can ask the question and I say, is this one a digit? You will see that it is true. So in Python comparison, false is smaller than true, right? So if I can find all the true for such conditions, I can send them to the end. Let me show you what I'm doing. I'm trying to say if this x is a digit, right? And I want to find even numbers, right? I want to find even numbers. I have to convert x to an integer because it's a string. It comes from an input function as a string. I have to convert it to an integer. If integer of x modulo number 2 is 0. So this is how you find even numbers. You divide them by 2, and if the remainder is 0, it's an even number. So this is condition number 1. If it comes as true, it will go to the end of the line because true is bigger than false, and it will be pushed to the end using the sorted function. So that's condition number 1. I will do another condition for odd numbers, right? So I will be doing this. Same thing. X is digit. And the second condition is x int of x modulo 2 is not 0. And that's the second condition. And if I go back to my list, I have done that one as well. Now, uppercase, well, there's a function for it. X is upper. That's as easy as that. And the last one is x itself. So what it does, it first finds the even numbers, sends them to the end of the line, if existing, then finds the odd numbers, sends them just before the even numbers, then sends the uppercase before the odd numbers, and just the small case before everything else. If I run this, let's see what the actual result is. You can see that now I've got small letters, capital letter, odd numbers, and even numbers. So I think I am getting there with 4 different clauses, 3 of them which are conditions. Now, I told you I want to use the join function. Let me just delete this one. I don't need it anymore. What if I did this? If I go do that and join this using the join function, let's see what the result is. And now you can see that the result is ginortS 1324, exactly the output I was expecting to see for HackerRank. Okay, now it's time to move some of the code to HackerRank. This will be first part, this will be the second part, but probably I will call the second part sorted string equals, just to make it nice and clean. And I will just indent these ones right here for readability. After I have done the sorted string, all I need to do is to print sorted string. Now I will move and copy this one here, and then copy all of that code here as well. Extend this window so that we can see it. Move my face this way, extend it a bit more, and run the code. Fingers crossed this will run successfully. I have to submit the code until all test cases have been tested. They're all successful. I'm so happy that I'm able to help a lot of you out there. So if you like these videos, hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, and share it with your friends. Thank you.